I thought it was a great opportunity for us to get some valuable minutes throughout our bench and get some of our younger kids some great minutes. And, it was a great win. I thought we came out, we started really well, and we finished really well. So just really happy with the way that we played.
Questions for Macy and Tay? Lyra?
You guys broke a lot of program records tonight.
We did.
There's, 10, I think, NCAA, points.
For us.
For you guys,
Yes.
your program records.
Yes.
What did we break?
And a bunch
So
of
I will tell you, 37 points was the most points we've scored in the quarter, in the first quarter.
Oh,
66
wow.
points was the most we've scored in a half in the NCAA era.
Oh,
And then
wow.
the 120 is the most points we've scored under you and the most points in the NCAA era. There was a game in 1980, we scored 126.
Oh,
So,
okay.
And it was also second highest margin of victory. So with all of those stats, how does that feel to, I guess, reflect on that game, see that type of performance, especially in that first half?
Stacey?
Yeah, coming from the Notre Dame win, we knew that we had to stay disciplined and just keep doing what we do, don't take our foot off the gas. And so obviously, all those records are great and stuff, but I think just coming in, it starts on defense and, getting those stops allows us to score that many points and just staying disciplined, as I mentioned before. And, yeah, that's what it's about.
Yeah, we hold ourselves to a high standard, which is obviously on the defensive side. There's a lot of stuff that we got to work on. We started fouling at the fourth quarter, so that's stuff that we got to go back to our drawing board and be ready for Yukon.
Yeah.
Like you guys touched on, this game, in between two ranked opponents, how do you guys stay focused and not fall into kind of a trap game in the middle of the week?
Yeah, just focusing on each day at a time. Monday, coming in, locked in, knowing the scout, and just not focusing on what's in front of us, just staying locked in for the person that we're playing next. And it's easy to look into the future and, we're ranked number 6, but, that, the standards is up here now, and, we have to rise to that. So just staying poised and just, taking it game by game.
Yeah, Tal, you had a stretch in the third quarter where you were playing point guard and kind of a little different from your role of being more on the wing. How'd that feel?
Yeah, it felt weird. I'm not normally in that spot. That's probably the only spot I will play barely. So it was definitely weird, but having that a little bit kind of, challenges me. And, I want to be in those different positions where I'm being challenged so that later in the future I can, handle it better.
Zach, go ahead.
Yeah, Macy, how have you seen Taylor kind of take a step between freshman and sophomore?
I was actually just thinking about that when you were speaking, but just the confidence that you exude, Tay, you've grown so much and you can tell you just seem so much more sure of yourself. And being a freshman is hard. We were just talking about it in the locker room, each year comes with new challenges, and so I think you've just done a really good job of embracing all of it, knowing all the positions on every play, and just coming with that confidence that you've grown with. But yeah.
Thanks.
Aw. Yeah, Nick, go ahead.
And it looked like Binghamton came out in his zone for the little bit of the first half. How do you guys adjust to seeing new looks, and how is that different from what you guys seen this year so far?
Yeah, I can start. Yeah, we've practiced that in practice already. Before Notre Dame, kind of, if they get into zone, what are we looking for? We're looking for middle, we're looking for opposite. So that's just something we prepare for way before.
And we froze, I don't know, the zone kind of spooked us at first. We weren't really sure what to do, but I think we kind of got ourselves together and got into the flow of it. Like Tay said, looking middle, hitting opposite, looking for the high-low has been something we've been really emphasizing.
Yeah, Lyra.
And I guess just looking a little to Friday, you're heading into another number 1 matchup. You guys were both there last year for it, but maybe under slightly different circumstances. So how do you guys feel going into that? Maybe what does your preparation look like for it as well?
Yeah, we gotta be locked in, way more locked in than we've been, over the course of these weeks. So practices is gonna be hard, but we gotta come ready. We may be exhausted, legs may be dead, but we gotta come full, all 14 of us.
Yep, 10 toes in, 100%. This is why we play college basketball, for opportunities like this. And Michigan basketball, we are on the map, and it's time to make a statement. So we're super excited.
Yeah, especially for something I was going to ask Macy just now, but didn't get to it. So when she came into the game, drew that offensive foul and then hit 2 threes, I think it was, in the first half. What kind of tone do you think that set for her?
Yeah, Macy's been shooting the ball exceptionally well in practice, and I thought she had great confidence coming into the game to take those. It was a big charge. I think anytime you can make a play on the defensive end, it just makes you relax on the offensive end. So when she came in and did that, that just got the whole team pumped up. And then her confidence to shoot the ball. I mean, you saw it in the Notre Dame game a little bit as well. She's shooting with a lot of confidence and she's making shots. So I thought she just gave us great minutes tonight.
Yeah, Mila and obviously a lot of the starters just got a good amount of chance to rest, but Mila still had 8 assists tonight. What does that kind of say about her?
Yeah, I mean, she's just been unbelievable. It's funny, you read, social media and you read about all these tremendous point guards, and here I am just smiling, thinking that we're lucky we have one of the best point guards in the country, and the rest of the world maybe doesn't know that, but I feel like we do, and I feel fortunate that she's leading our ship every night. And tonight she had 8 assists in 20 minutes. I just think she's continuing to grow and get better and become comfortable and confident.
How do you feel that the rotation of the bench kind of plays into pacing throughout the quarters?
Yeah, I mean, I think you saw it a lot in the Notre Dame game when, the other team was either making runs or getting fatigued. We were able to go to our bench, and our bench provided just a spark for us. And I think we wore them down, and in the fourth quarter, we were really able to score and to get stops because of how deep we went in our bench. And I thought, they were really successful the other day, and I thought it today provided a great opportunity to get everybody some real quality minutes. There aren't days that you have an opportunity to get as many minutes for everybody as we did today. So I think some of our young kids got to work through some mistakes and got an opportunity to really get their feet wet for extended minutes, which was really important.
Can you talk a little bit about that first quarter specifically and what it means for your team to really be able to start strong?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something that we've been able to do all season so far, is to be locked in and to be focused and to be able to go from the jump. And we really were able to do that tonight. We switched our lineup again, and I thought Kendall started the game great. She might have gotten 3-0 boards in the first couple of possessions of the game, which was really helpful. And then Brookie came in and just dialed up the defense, and then we were able to just swarm them in the first and second quarter on the defensive end. So it was just a tremendous start for us.
Mackenzie's been playing by far the most minutes out of any freshman. Can you tell us a little bit about her development so far this season and what you're seeing from her on the stage?
Yeah, I mean, I think for us, we're always looking for someone to be able to handle the ball, and an additional ball handler to Mila. And we have multiple people that can do it, but I think Kenzie can really do it as well. And if we give Mila or Sila or Liv a break, who can really handle the ball? And Kenzie, we're trying to grow her in that space because I think she's definitely someone that can do it. I think she can really score the basketball as well. So we're just trying to get her more comfortable on this stage.
And then can you talk about a little bit of her defense today?
Yeah, I mean, I think she's someone that's, trying to really buy into what we're teaching and trying to grow in that space. I think for a lot of freshmen, it's trying to figure out, okay, how do I defend at this level? And how do I defend against some of the players at this level? So she's really growing in that space and is open-minded to getting better at it every day.
Andy, go ahead.
Yeah, so Alyssa hit another 3 today, and I feel like all year, exhibition game, Notre Dame, she's been hitting her shots. How nice and how important is it having all that shooting contribution off the bench? Well, Alyssa, but also Macy too.
Yeah, I mean, Crockett is one of the best shooters in the program. I mean, if you guys went in there and had a shooting competition, she would have a great shot of winning it. And we have some tremendous shooters in our program. So she can really, really shoot the ball exceptionally well. I think part of it for her was just becoming comfortable and confident. And I think, her playing some more minutes this year is providing her that confidence to know if she's open, she has the green light, and she should be taking it because she's a tremendous shooter. So I think, she gave us great minutes the other night as well, and she gave us some really good minutes tonight also. And like I said, Macy's been shooting the ball exceptionally well in practice, so it was great to see her make some threes as well.
Yeah, going off of Macy, can you talk about how her age and experience kind of plays into the floor, especially when there's a lot of freshmen?
I think she really kept that composure for our group late in the third quarter and in the fourth quarter, and I actually said that in the locker room after the game. She really did a great job of settling, and sometimes when you're on the floor with all the young ones, and they have a tendency to get sped up, regardless of how good of players they are, it's just a different environment, and they're trying to do so much, and they get sped up. And I thought Macy just did a really good job, and her leadership showed through in that third and fourth quarter.
Zach?
Yeah, for Tayala, can you just also talk about kind of her contributions so far this season, going from freshman to sophomore year?
Yeah, I mean, Tayala's great, and I think, even last year she was kind of a little bit of a fan favorite because when she came in the game, everybody was like, oh my goodness, this kid can affect the game in so many ways. On the defensive end, going to get a crazy rebound, blocking shots. On the offensive end, just so many moves and so many counters to those moves. So she was, she was great tonight, and I think, she just wants to be great, and she's going to continue to work and grow in that space as well.
All right, who's asking the Yukon question so we can wrap this up?
Yeah, I was
Zach, go
going to
ahead.
say, what do the preparations look like for Yukon and how the Notre Dame can also kind of help to that?
Yeah, I mean, I think tonight was great because it gave us a chance to maybe rest some legs and not have to play, 40 minutes, but still gave them enough of a warm-up, so it was like a practice day. And then, tomorrow and Thursday we'll really watch some film and try to prep for them. I mean, they're really good. I watched them play against Ohio State on Sunday, and they're super talented at every position, and they bring in some great players in off the bench. They're just playing exceptionally well. They play exceptionally hard. They understand the game, move the ball. So it'll be a great measuring stick. It'll be a great test for us at this point in the year to see really where we are. I think our kids really love this type of game. They love that type of environment. But being in Connecticut and playing in Connecticut is never easy. I've done it a lot of times. So our kids will be in an atmosphere and an environment that they have never been in before. They don't even know. I do, but they don't. But it'll be great. They'll love it, and it'll be a great test for us.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night, guys.